those of us who are helping people to recover from chronic illnesses have learned so much in recent years. One of the things that we've learned is that parasites can be a big part of people's chronic fatigue, chronic migraines, chronic insomnia, chronic anxiety, depression, many things. And yet parasites have been around for all of human history. So why are they creating so many problems now? And what we've learned on top of that is that the environmental toxins that are very unique to our generations, pesticides, herbicides, microplastics, heavy metals, non-stick skillets, artificial fragrance, all of the things that are really unique to our generation are the very things that are causing these parasites to create symptoms. So, we think, oh my goodness, if I have a parasite, I just need to kill it. I just need to get in there. It'll be gone in a month. And it's not that easy if you've developed a chronic illness in relationship to parasites. So it can be really hard for people to stay the course when they have ups and downs along the journey. They always get there. They always get better, and then they sustain their results. But I wanted to talk to Joanna today and just have you share what has it been like to go on that journey where you've got the ups and downs that can sometimes hit you out of the blue. You didn't know that the full moon, could create these things. You didn't know that this could come and go. How have you sort of stayed on track? And what has it been like for you?
Well, it's definitely been what you described, like the ups and the downs. And I think coming in, I knew that it would be a lot of work because you were very straightforward with me, this is going to be a long time. But I didn't realize that I would feel sicker on the detox from the parasites. But thankfully, just having you as a coach has helped me realize that I can pull back on some, double up on this, because that's something I could never do on my own. Mm-hmm. So just having a coach to help me navigate the full moon, and the other day I dropped in and I was having some symptom, and you're like, oh, do you know that it's mold season? And I was like, wow, that makes sense. And so instead of having all these mystery things happen, I do feel like I've had a lot of questions being answered just having a coach. But the ups and the downs have been they are what they are. It's disappointing when it happens, but then what I've learned is it is short-lived, and then when there's a down, there's always an up. So it's just par for the course. If I want to feel better in the long run, I have to do some long, hard work, and so I have to really be committed to it. And it's also helped having support from you, from my family, from others, and to just have a place to air the frustration, because it's definitely there some days and some weeks. But then I do go through seasons where it's just fantastic and I feel better and better. So a lot of times I'll have a flare-up, I would say, but then sometimes it'll be a long time till I have another one. And then it kind of just gives me a hint of what it's going to be like once I get more and more of the parasites killed off. Mm-hmm. So that gives me a lot of hope.
Yeah. And you've been so faithful with the detox too, which is so wise, because I tell people over and over, it's kind of about the bugs, but it's not really. It's really more about the environmental toxins. And so all the hard work with the detox foot baths and the detoxing binders really are at the core of what we do here. And detoxing your body from anything that is enabling or harboring or shielding chronic parasites, it really gets you to the end much more quickly than just killing parasites. And so I'm glad to hear that it has been worth it to you and that you have felt the benefits. So from the beginning of us working together till now, you're having less symptoms overall, but the flares, the ups and downs sometimes can just be kind of tough, is what I hear you saying.
Yeah, and also I think what's happening is I'm kind of it's not that I don't have some of the same symptoms, but at least now I feel like I know what's going on. Like, because before I didn't know about parasites, I didn't know that I had them, but now that I know about them and you've educated me, I've had them for years, many, many years. Just looking back, I know that I have. So it's empowering to know what's going on with my body. Like, even if I'm in a slump and if I happen to not being doing super well, at least I know why, and so I feel like I'm able to get a better read when it like slams me in mold season or the full moon season or for some other reason. I feel like I'm like, oh, this is why. So receiving an education, like, and understanding that they're deeply rooted, and that's one of the main things I've learned from you, is that it's not like I can just eat clean and I'm done, because I was doing all of that and I was still sick. So it has really helped me to understand that there are layers to it, and I kind of look at it that way, like, the first 3 months, then the next 3 months, like there are layers to this thing, and it's not linear all the time. And to just stay the course and to know that it's going to be worth it, and it is worth it, and it's even going to be worth it even in the end, because not only am I educating myself and making myself better, it's bleeding out into my family too, my husband and my children too. So
yeah, well, thank you so much for sharing part of your story. And so many people who have had mysterious chronic illnesses for so long are getting better by following these protocols. I appreciate you just being dedicated and hanging in there, and I know it's going to have huge payoffs.
Yes, I agree.
Okay.